If you're a beginner, this video would be more like a lifesaver to you. And if you're already experienced or you're practicing, these videos will help you improve your farm. Okay. So what you're seeing is just a reaction from a consultant, and we are just reacting to what farmers have posted in the community of practicing farmers, where we have over 350 farmers as we speak. Now, what is happening here? This is a farmer trying to clean up her farm, and this is what cleaning is all about. We always tell people clean your farm every day, and you clean it once in the evening when you're back from work. It doesn't have to be something you wake up in the morning and run into your farm. When you wake up in the morning, go for your business. In the evening, you come for cleaning. You notice the first thing she had to do was to remove the mulching material. Mulching materials are like plantain leaves. Sometimes you have moi wraps, all those kind of things. Some people use sacks too, as gari sack. They soak it in water, then they use it as mulching material. So either of them works. Yeah, it works perfectly. So in this scenario, she's complaining that the poo is like the droppings of the snails are whitish. You can imagine. Okay, so that those are her complaints. So she's telling us, so what is happening? Is she on track? She's just a beginner farmer. Is she on track? Why is it white? Is that how it's supposed to be? So the question was, what did you feed them? Then her answer was like she gave them feed, that she was on the second day on the one-to-one feeding regimen. And you might just be wondering, what is one-to-one feeding regimen? And this is how I catch people that don't know what they are doing. I asked them, oh, okay, they call me, oh, Mr. Rex, how you doing? I say, fine. I've gone through training and I learned this, I learned that. I want to procure snails from the company. I'd be like, okay, fine. First of all, we don't engage in procurement if you're not part of the community of practicing farmers. And they'd be like, what's the reason? But I have training. Then I'll ask them like, okay, first of all, what is your feeding regimen? Now they don't understand the word feeding regimen. So I ask, what is the feeding timetable? Do you have a process that you follow when it comes to feeding, or you just feed randomly like that without any direction whatsoever? And you now hear things like, oh, I don't know. Now, but let me pause a bit. What she's showing me is a snail. Like this one has gone inside. She got about 100 snails lately, and if you check our previous video, you see her. You see when she posted the arrival of her snails and so many things. So she was complaining that this one has been inside. Is it going to survive? Is it going to die? Then we are like, okay, please separate it, since it's only one. Put it aside so that it doesn't come to affect the other ones. Now look at this. We asked her, see the dry one. Sorry that I'm just reacting to everything. No, see the dry one. Okay, the dry leaves are soaked in water because they have the ability to hold water. The dry leaves are soaked in water, and the fresh ones are now laid on top. In our previous video, we did that. Okay, so let's finish on the subject of feeding. Now I tell these people, okay, what is your feeding regimen, your feeding timetable? You say, no, we don't have feeding timetable. I feed them fruits, or I feed them vegetables and fruits. I'd be like, okay, fine. It is good that you have vegetables and fruits, but they do different things. So now, I tell them about the one-to-one feeding regimen, which is what we use in our company, in AgroCycle, the one-to-one feeding regimen. And how does the one-to-one feeding regimen works? Take, for example, you're starting on Monday, which is 1. You give them fruits. On Tuesday, you give them formulated feed. On Wednesday, you give them formulated feed. On Thursday, you will give them what? Vegetables. On Friday, you will go back to formulated feed. Saturday, you go back to formulated feed. And Sunday, you will do what? Fruits. So you see the process one-to-one. So there's a structured process of feeding them. So she has washed the snails. She didn't wash them anyways. She just cleaned her pen. She sprinkled water on the snails and she placed back the feed. Did you notice? She did not stress the snails. She did not remove anything. She did not do anything overly. Okay, so you can see the snails are the place is moist enough. It is not waterlogged. People make mistake to pour too much water inside their pen. You can notice that this pen is very clean. No dirt, no unnecessary dirt. This one is too dirty, this one is this, you see this one on the floor, you see. No, in AgroCycle we are very very keen on cleaning your pen. As a matter of fact, I would always tell people there are only three things that will make your snails die. The first one is cleaning, the second one is feeding, and the last one is monitoring. She's even doing too much. She's bringing the snails close to the feed. Now you might be wondering what is the white this thing that they're using to feed them. They are called PVC boards. Simple PVC boards, don't overthink it. PVC board, you can get them from people who sell building materials. Talk to them, they'll give you PVC board. They're just this long 12 feet material that they use for roofing. Very straight. You can cut it to the size of your pen, and that's the why it's, you can spread it out, and it gives the snails more surface area than plastic bowls or trays. Now, no matter where the snails are, they will come and eat. Okay, eat the quantity they want, and they will gingerly go. Okay, now I remember something. She complained to me that, oh, that the block have reduced, that the snails are eating the block. That is it okay? I was like, oh, that's why you saw that. Because we have a lot of interactions in the community of practicing for like real farmers showing real results, real-time results, and they are getting real-time responses from consultants. And you can see, yes, that the snails are really eating the block. And she was like, is it okay? Yes, it is okay. Snails need high level of calcium, and in the cement that is used in producing block, there is a very high level of calcium. There is gypsum, there is calcium carbonate. There's a lot of things that are used in formulating those blocks. That is just the cement, okay? And there is still calcium supplements in the feed. Like we encourage people to mix calcium supplements in the feed. So you can, okay, just look at what she's doing. She has placed the stick. The first stick is there, second stick is there, then the third stick, three sticks. Okay, now you might be wondering, what is the purpose of the stick? Just to support the weight of the mulching material, like you're seeing in this video. Now that's how, when I think she's done, she has shown us what she wants to show us, and she has gotten the answer she wants to get. So look at this thing closely. You see how the snails are not bearing any weight. Not even a single weight is borne by the snails. Not even a single thing. Now, if these things are dry leaf, they will cover everywhere, and it will be very dark inside there. Not just dark, it will be humid, and then fresh leaves will be used to cover the top. So the snails have a lot of room to move around. Everything under, they can move there. They can still climb and hang under the sticks. Okay, so it gives the snails more room to move around. If you don't have these sticks in your pen, the snails only have the wall. They will climb to the wall. You see, some of them are on the walls, some of them are on top the stick, some of them are under the stick. Okay, so it gives the snails a lot of room to move around. You see those ones at the edge, those corner there. Yeah, I believe you can see all these things. So that's the uniqueness that comes with this approach that we use. You can, and it gives you room. See how they placed the feed on the floor, no issue. Now this farmer clearly wants to do the same thing. Okay, see his feeding tray, see the sticks, see the stones. He said he removed the stones, okay, because he's just doing cleaning and he wants us to see his farm. And he's also planning to use other areas for free range farming, and that's why he's showing off the whole thing. He has a roof. Sorry about that. People will ask me, oh, Mr. X, do I need to put a roof over my pen? I think it's very, very advisable for you to control direct sunlight and direct raindrops. It is very, very important. Yeah, you can regulate, okay, this is a quantity of water, because when it rains directly inside the pen, it can become waterlogged. Okay, and that's one benefit of having sticks inside your pen and raised this stick. This is not how you should be. Oh, there are stones that are used to raise it up a little bit, so they have two rooms. They have room for climbing and for moving. Now when it's raining or your pen is open, like you are running open head overhead or open heavens pen, and then okay, you are running over heavens and the rain falls inside here, they will just climb on those sticks and hang, pending when the rain drops, like drains a bit. But then you now encounter bad luck when you don't even have this thing. You now floor your pen, inside your pen is flawed. Then at the same time, you now decide that you want to, I don't even know what to say sef. You now decide that you want to do open heaven, then flood pen. The pen will be so flooded and the snails will start dying. Okay, I think we've seen this before. I think we've seen it before. Anyways, so please don't get to a point where you be very, very analytical. Think through these things. Don't, it's not rocket science. It's not something that you're going to the moon to learn. It's just basic things. Okay. If you don't roof your pen and it rains, water will fall inside your pen. And if your pen is flawed, like you have a cement or you're using wood, and because you want your wood to last, you went to put the trampoline first before you poured sand. The trampoline will hinder water from draining from the soil, and once water is not draining from the soil, what do you have? You have a scenario where your farm becomes waterlogged, and it's very, very bad for the snails. Don't allow your snails to get to the point where your farm is waterlogged. It doesn't help them. They are not water snails. They need a humid place, but they are not water snails. Take note of this. They need a humid place, but they are not water snails. Now, humidity doesn't mean that there is water on this thing, on the snail, on the floor. Like you can see this soil. It is almost, you can almost not differentiate the feed and the soil. Like the soil doesn't look like it's soggy. It doesn't look like it is like muddy, like cake. I don't even know how to, I don't know the right words. Soggy is for rice, like rice that is overcooked. Don't mind me. But I believe any of us can relate to what I'm saying. I believe most of us can relate to what I'm saying. So please, in everything that you're doing, just be very, very critical about this thing. Feed well, clean well, and monitor. Now, all people are saying those the parts that the snails are eating. Can you see it? That the snails are eating the blocks, and genuinely they're eating. Is it bad? No, it's not bad. If you have blocks, they'll eat. Bring another block if they finish that block. That's why some people even say things like, "Oh, what if I don't add soil in my pen? Will my snails survive?" Yes, your snails will survive, but you see what is happening here. They will start eating away the concrete that is on your floor. Do the snails eat the sand? Yes, they eat sand. Sometimes they consume it. They use it for grinding what they are eating. So don't overthink it. Don't worry about the things that are not necessary. Now, what is this one? Okay. I think a farmer, this is just a farmer showing off her pen. Okay, so we encourage farmers, please show us what you've done. And why do we say show us what you've done? There is what we call 2 weeks clause. Okay, 2 weeks clause, where we, within the first 2 weeks, if you lose, and if you buy snails from us, if you help you procure snails and you lose more than 20% of it within the first 2 weeks, you get replacement. Yes, automatically you get your replacement, because it is more like it is upon the company to make sure they get you good snails. So if a scenario where they don't get you good snails, they have to replace it. That's what we believe. So you see, almost all our farmers can take this process, put the sticks, mulch heavily. And when it comes to mulching heavily, people don't understand this thing. Dry season is coming. You need to mulch your pen so that the snails will not know that it is dry or it is not dry. And if you look at our snails, you notice that they are not lacking calcium, or their skin does not look all that dried. No, it never gets to a point where their skin looks all dried. You can even tell that this is a consistent pattern amongst farmers in AgroCycle. You can notice it. Okay, you're wondering, how is it possible? Training. Farmers are trained on a consistent basis. There is rarely, and let me not say there is none, because I can't speak for it, but there is rarely any farmer that will go through the AgroCycle training and that will enter another training. No, we keep you, like we make sure that you succeed. And why do we even want you to succeed? Because we have this program. Our community is built in such a way that we leverage our farmers very, very well. Now, this is a feeding tray. That on the, I think is a PVC board. Is a feeding tray. Okay, is a feeding tray. Then you see the way there's a stick that she more like divided the pen into two with a stick. Then she can now move the stick around. This one is bearing the weight of It's just the same thing. So like I was saying, there is a program that we have in AgroCycle. People offer online training. We don't just stop at online training, we offer physical training. And how do we offer this physical training and make sure that it's scalable and you can access physical training in any state that you are in? We leverage farmers like her. Okay, so take for example, she's in Port Harcourt now, and you watching this video, you are in Port Harcourt. You register for the training. I think it costs about 30,000 naira. Anyways, if you've gotten to this point, just subscribe. You are part of AgroCycle already. Just subscribe. Don't even waste time. Okay. The cost of the training is in the description section. I think it costs about 30,000 naira. The link to pay, the account to pay to, everything is there. Now, what she's holding? She's holding the container that she used to sprinkle water. Now people will make the mistake and you want to use hand to sprinkle everywhere and you drench the whole place. Please just look for sprinklers and be sprinkling, spraying it, spray it. If it's 1 can, you finish 1 can per pen, or even half can per pen. Don't make everywhere waterlogged. Then the dry leaves, soak them in water, cover the place that the sticks that are bearing the weight, then cover with fresh one. That will make it good. Okay, so now we leverage these farmers that are here now. See, she's using it to spray water. I hope you are seeing it. So we leverage these farmers. Now she's in Port Harcourt. You joined, you paid for the training, you also in Port Harcourt. We simply, after you do your online training, we simply connect her to you, or you connect you to her. Okay, so you see why it's hard for us to lose farmers. No, it's hard, okay, because we are following you up. We're making sure that your pen is surviving. Why? Because we benefit from your pen surviving, we benefit from your snail surviving. We actually, it helps us help more farmers by your snail surviving. And that's why we go the extra mile to make sure that farmers from AgroCycle, you rarely hear complaints. We don't engage in, no, leave all the plenty stories anyways. Okay, so always, at all time, make sure that your pen is clean. Notice something, our pens are clean. If you see any, you will see many of them, you will notice it is a pattern. Very clean pen, it is almost like a pattern. All the farmers in AgroCycle have very clean pen, very clean. So it's, if they ask you 3 things that will make your farm grow in AgroCycle, they will shout it. It's like a rhyme: cleaning, feeding, and monitoring. They know it. It's not rocket science. I'll tell you the truth. It's not rocket science at all. It's not rocket science. It's not the one that they will tell you you are not going to anymore. You're not going. It's just snails. Okay. So please don't get to a point where you're overthinking it. Always clean your pen. I think this is her incubation pen where she incubates her eggs. Okay, I think I saw small babies. Let's keep watching anyways. Okay, so that's why she has the mulching material. And see that small baby there? I think this is an incubation pen. So she gets the eggs from the other place and comes to bury it. Now this man just got soil. Now a lot of persons will ask me, oh, Mr. Rez, what's the right soil to use? That's why I say this thing is beginner friendly. What's the right soil to use? Use loamy soil. Now the concern is some people don't have loamy soil, and the loamy soil that they tend to have is not that black. Is it black soil that makes it loamy? No, it's not blackness that makes it loamy. Loamy is loamy because it can hold the right amount of water and it doesn't get waterlogged. Okay, it's not so porous like sandy soil that all the water drains. Neither is it so packed like clay soil that it holds up water. Clay has a high level of plasticity. Plasticity is the ability of a liquid to hold a shape that is molded into. Okay, so you can see this one, when he holds it, it breaks. So the goal is not really, it shouldn't have high clay content. It shouldn't be something that when you pour water in it, it will cake up, it will turn to poultry material, or what's it, pottery materials. Like pottery is just like molding material. No, don't get that kind of soil. Okay, get a soil that when it rains, it will drain, it will retain the right amount of water. Now this is one of our farms. You might think that this pen is dirty. No, this pen is not dirty. This pen, everything you're seeing here is dry leaves soaked in water and has been suspended on top the pen. It gives a cooling effect. Like the water will just be dripping gradually into the pen. And is this thing placed on top the snails directly? No, the snails have all the room on the floor. Now you are just wondering, see, the reason why this thing is very good is that it gives you room. If you remove the mulching material now, you will see the entire pen. It is very easy to clean. It's not the one that you will now want to take out. You now take out the, as you're taking out the mulching material, you're picking out the, you're disturbing. No, the bottom, that ground floor is empty. You know where you placed your feed. You can just clean, pick. You take out the feeding material, you place it back, clean, and it's very easy to do. Okay, so this woman was telling us about her own experience. I think we posted it in our Facebook page. I think that's where we put out posts directly from the admin. No reviews, no nothing. Sorry, directly from the farmers, without cutting it, without touching it. You just hear it from them. If they are winning, you hear it. If they are losing, you hear it. No reviews, no nothing. You can check our Facebook page at AgroCycle. So she's telling us about what she has been able to achieve. Currently, she has been done over 400 or 300 babies, and she lost a few. Why did she lose a few? She was doing soilless. Now, we are not an expert in soilless. Okay, we've had just 2 farmers who are doing soilless and 1 dropped out. Okay, so we don't have expertise in doing soilless. However, I think there is one snail farmer that does really do exceptionally well with soilless farming. We are not experts, so if you want to do soilless, just go and meet them. Okay, don't come and mix it up. We are not good at it. Okay, so that was what happened to her. She was losing a lot of snails from the soilless that she was doing, and it cost her she got 200 the first time. It cost her about 60 snails or 60 something snails. Okay, then you can imagine such losses. But when she kept on reporting her losses, she was admonished in the group to stop, replace it with soil and try. And that is why we have a very robust group, people that genuinely want to help each other. We don't brag in what we've achieved as a farm. We brag in the results that our farmers have, and it's just everywhere. So many babies, you can literally see it. It's not even something that you're hiding or you're, so it's just easy. Yeah. And please build the right size of pen. Yes, I think I forgot to mention this part. Please build the right size of pen. What is the standard pen measurement? 3 feet by 5 feet, 2.5 feet high from ground level, or 3 blocks from ground level. Like, you have to very small for your foundation, then you take it up 3 blocks from ground level. If you're using board or like wood, 2 boards placed side by side. Okay, 2 boards placed side by side and you're good. That is the standard. So and what I'm talking about, don't go and, I see people making this mistake. When we tell them 3 feet by 5 feet, they now measure the outside of the block. No, it's not the outside, it is the inside. Okay, the space inside should be 3 feet by 5 feet, not the entire outside block, because we know block is 9 inches. If you take 3 feet by 3 feet and you're taking 9 inches away from it, so you're just reducing it. A feet is just 12 inches. You now take out 9 inches from there, or 6 inches from there. What is now left?
Hello everybody, hello AgroCycle, hello great farmers out there. My name is Mrs. Carol Dennis Tedebe from Edo State. I'm based in Benin City. I want to tell everyone about my journey so far with AgroCycle. I got the advert of AgroCycle in Facebook and I joined the class April this year. Then after April, I started preparing my pen. Then in July 5th to be precise, I got my snails. From then it was 200. I started with 200, but to God be the glory, as my husband normally say, he said living things must die. Some died during the process. Some died when they were coming, while some died in their pen also. But that's not the issue. The testimony in all is that with 143 that is remaining, I am having eggs, and the eggs have the snail lays eggs, and majority of the eggs have hatched. They hatch, and among the hatched eggs, I'm having above 300 babies presently. I'm going to show you the pen out there to see how I constructed it. Welcome to my farm. You can see I'm having about 4 pens here. This was how the journey started. July, we started with 200, as I said before. Those have died. You see, from the 143 that is remaining, we are having a lot of eggs. From the eggs, we have hatch. Some have hatch. We're having babies. I have some babies here. We have some babies there also. And when you look this way, you see some other pen. These boxes are for egg. And look at this space. This morning I called a carpenter to come in and measure here. We want to expand this place to tell you how AgroCycle have really coached us. This space you are seeing here, we have taken a measurement this morning for expansion. The carpenter will be starting here this week. Before this week ends, we are adding to it about 4 boxes to bring in more snail. That's for more snails for the expansion of the business. We are really enjoying it, and I pray that God will help every other person that are aspiring to also go into this business. AgroCycle, success.
Now we are looking at this pen now. Yeah, so you can see the standard measurement. You see how fine this pen is. Yeah, that's another way. Some people build it up, some people build it side by side, but whatever you're doing, just make sure that you follow the right measurements. That is the main thing. There's what we call stocking density. People now wonder, oh, what is the right size of snails that I should place in one pen? 100, please. If you follow the right measurement, 3 feet by 5 feet, 3.5 feet high, the standard measurement is 100 snails. Okay, does it mean that the 100 snails will take everything? No, it means that you're putting into perspective the fact that the snails would grow. They will still grow big. Okay, they will grow, they will lay eggs. Make room for, in case they start laying babies and there are nobody, let the snails not be so packed up, they pack everywhere, packed up. Like, no, not be you. Don't make life difficult for the snails. In the wild, they have so many space to move around. Then all of a sudden, you now pack everything up so closely. No. So be very, very deliberate about your farm. Housing and accommodation is very, very important for beginner farmers. I've seen a lot of pen. Some will do 4 feet by 4 feet. Please just stick to the standard measurements, and they will not start asking me, Mr. Rex, oh, my pen is 3 feet by 4 feet by 4 feet, what should I do? 3 feet by 3 feet, how many snails should stay there? Oh God, no, they stress me. Like, that's how I feel sometimes. Why are you stressing the hell out of me? The shame we told you that it's 3 feet by 3 feet and you went to construct this thing. But then what is the solution? I'll tell you to calculate, multiply the square meters and divide it. If 100 is equal to 5 by 3, 5 by 3 is 15 feet. Okay, 15 square feet. If 100 is equal to 15 square feet, 3 by 3 is how many? 3 by 3 is 9 square feet. So if 100 is equal to 15, 9 is equal to x. So you multiply 15 times 9 divided by 100, and you get the square feet. 15 times 9 divided by 100. You are making me do plenty maths, but you should be around. Just do the maths and give me the answer. Okay, this is another pen, same thing. Okay, same thing, but this woman, we told her, mama, your stick is too low. The stick you used to support, I think she even placed this thing direct, but according to her, she said she placed sticks. I was like, we cannot see her. Oh, okay, she actually placed sticks. But I think it's too low. It's too low. Yeah, So we encourage her to please prop it up. And so you see, these things are beginner farmers. So that's why we are telling you guys, see, AgroCycle is highly beginner friendly, highly beginner friendly. Okay, it's very very beginner friendly. Even if you don't join the training, just commit to watching our weekly reviews every week. You will see the difference. Okay, this is another farmer that started his pen. You see what I'm talking about? Internal diameter is 3 feet by 5 feet, and you can see that this is 3 blocks. I think he will show you the side. Let's 1 2, then the down part, 3 blocks. You see what it looks like? Okay, so you don't go overthinking the whole process. There are so many designs that you can leverage. Look at this one. I think he has put in soil here for the snails, and he's now wetting the place. He has treated the soil. Some people go as far as burning the soil. We tell you that's up to you. If you choose to burn, no problem. If you choose not to burn, no problem. Everything, it is up to you. Now and people will tell you, oh, if you don't burn your soil, microorganism ha. Me, I don't share that personal idea. I don't have that idea personally, that microorganisms would do this and do that. Just make sure that your pen, it is very very clean, and go and sleep. Okay, so that's why it is very important that every day go and clean your pen. Every day go and clean your pen, and it's not difficult to clean your pen. You will, this pen review, you can find it in our page. So check our page, AgroCycle, on Facebook. You will see all of them. You will hear their voice, you hear them talk about their challenges, you hear them talk about the solutions. The only thing that you don't get to hear is the solutions that we provide. Okay, then somebody might just be saying, oh, Mr. Rice, I want a step-by-step guide on everything. Stop giving us review, please. I beg you in the name of God. Wow, see Sando, these people, they go the extra mile to get the right soil. Look at, he's doing a soil test. Okay, he takes the shape of his hand, and then he throws it up and it scatters. You see, it's the right texture. So don't go overthinking it. It's not hard. If you can do it, so can you. And this thing is taught to every farmer. Okay, and well, I was talking about, what was I even talking about before? Yes, I remember now. I was talking about the fact that some people would ask me, oh, can't we do a step-by-step process to show everything one after the other? Please, I beg you in the name of God. I beg you in the name of God, please. Okay, AgroCycle group was created for a reason, so that you can, like, the training was created for a reason, so that you have access to everything step by step. Okay, the video we saw before was when this farm was, when it started out, and this is where the farm is now. You can see the progress. Okay, you can literally see the progress. Like, everything has grown, planting consistently. Now I noticed something. I think it was a few days ago, I heard a farmer, a trainer or somebody complaining that free range farm does not work, that people want to put, that people encourage people to do free range because they make more money from it. And in as much as his debate and argument is very correct, I don't think it is completely true. In AgroCycle, we have had people who do free range for the past 2 years. Okay, they are free range, are functional, and they are doing it right. Personally, I have been to a farm of a man. He uses IoT. IoT since simply means Internet of Things, and I will keep talking about this man. In the morning, 6 a.m., every 6 hours, his sprinklers go off. Every 6 hours. If it is raining, no. If it is shining, no. 6 hours, sprinklers will go off. What do the people, the farmer, the migad, or probably the person that he employed there, comes in the evening, takes away the leftover, washes the tray, and replaces it. That is all that the person does. Okay, and the snail, you don't just do free range and you let it be like that. Okay, you've planted everything, now you want them to eat the plantain leaves, you want them to eat this, and you want them to eat that, and really, yes, you've planted the, you still have to feed them. Okay, provide them with food. And I think well, let me not talk about what the man said, because it's, I feel like, in as much as people want to, like, some consultants want to make money off farmers, by constructing their pen, AgroCycle would not even subscribe to that. We will teach you everything you need, down to how to set your pen, down to how to construct, down to, you see, that's the benefit of meeting, joining the community of practicing farmer, because we attach it to a farmer. Now, what does this farmer do to you? The farm, when you ask him who constructed your pen, they will point you to the person that constructed their pen for them. So the subject of AgroCycle or people trying to take away your money, no, it's not part of, we are not into that. We are genuinely trying to see that people succeed in snail farming. Like, we want to see real success, okay, high rate of survival. So thank you very much. If you watched this point, you're already an AgroCycle member. Just go and register, just go and add yourself to the training community. We are so happy to have you. If you can like, share, subscribe, follow us, go and follow our link, and most importantly, if you can join the training. If you can join the training, okay? If you can join the training. If you're looking to build this setup, first of all, join the community of practicing farmers. We attach you to a farmer in your state that has this setup, and you will be fine. It is not something that you are going to be overthinking, okay? Yes, and they are just placing it. Very soon they will put a roof over it. They will put nets over it. I think you can even see nets that have been placed already.